Oh, you mother functions. Let's start with sine and cosine, shall we? We shall. Okay, so all of my parent functions, they're going to have the starting point and then 4 tick marks after it. Because if we just follow this general pattern, it works for all of our trigonometric functions. This one, this is sine, okay? So we're going to go from 0 to 2 pi, and that's what sine looks like. I'm not going to spend much time on it because you guys, I think, have a really good idea of this right here. If you're not sure like how to get these points right here, look at your unit circle, okay? So for my cosine, I'm going to have the same thing. I have my 4 tick marks, and then I graph, shebang, my parent function. So that's what sine and cosine looks like from 0 to 2 pi. Let's see what cosecant looks like. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put our 4 tick marks. All right, and then I'm going to put my asymptotes for cosecant. Now, you might forget where your asymptotes are for cosecant. If you do, think about sine. Where is sine intersecting the midline? Right there, and right there. So that's where you're going to get your asymptotes for cosecant. That's my ghost. There they are. So our graph is going to look like that and like that. That is cosecant. This is the mother function for cosecant. It's kind of clean, like there's an asymptote at the beginning, at the end, and in the middle. This one's very clean looking. The not so clean looking one is secant. Okay, let's do did I do a ghost on this one too? Yeah, I did the ghost. I put cosine on here. Where are my asymptotes? They're where the function cosine is intersecting the midline. So I'm going to put my asymptote right there and right there. See, not so clean, right? And then when I do the rest of the points, or the rest of the curves, these ones get cut off right here because I'm stopping at 2 pi and I'm stopping at 0. You can keep going, but I'm just graphing from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so there's your 2 parent functions for cosecant and secant. Now we move on to tangent and cotangent. Let's do tangent first. Then we'll do cotangent. Still, starting point, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Tangent has an asymptote right in the middle. Okay, how can you remember that? You can remember that tangent has an asymptote right in the middle because you know that tangent is undefined at pi over 2. And notice that I'm going from 0 to pi and not 0 to 2 pi. How come I'm only going from 0 to pi? Because that is when tangent starts repeating itself. Okay, the period of tangent is pi. The period of these dudes up here is 2 pi. The period of tangent and cotangent is pi, so I'm only going from 0 to pi. But then I graph the rest of it. It goes a point right there. So I go this point, then this point, and I do that. And I do a point right there and there, so I have that part. This is kind of weird and we're almost shortchanging tangent right now. He doesn't look that clean. And it's because we're cutting off his beautiful curve right here. Because his curve should keep going. It should go like this, right? And then we should have another asymptote right here. But I'm not going to do that for my parent. All right, I'm just going to be thinking about that for my parent. When we do cheat graphs, remember that this is only one way to graph. You can do this many different ways. All right, cotangent, there's my starting point, and then we have 4. Cotangent looks prettier than tangent for the parent function, the mother function. I put an asymptote right there at the beginning and at the end, and then I put my points. Bam, bam, bam. Shebang, shebang. There you go. These are your mother functions. And if you guys are using my cheat graph to graph trigonometric functions, you can use those every single time it works. Notice that they always go from the start to end by length of the period. Very important to note. They all have their unique picture, their unique window. Even though you can make them look like each other. Like you can make sine look like cosine, you can make cosecant look like secant, and same with tangent and cotangent. You can make them look like each other, but they start at different points, so they have different parent functions.